The beginning of the story feels like any other day, the sun shining brightly, making everything seem perfect. There's a lightness in the air, a sense of normalcy, but underneath it all, there's a nagging feeling. It starts small, just a whisper of doubt in the back of my mind, but it grows. I can't explain it, can't even justify it to myself, but it's there. Maybe it's the way he's been acting lately, a distant, distracted, not the same as before. We've always been close, so in sync, but recently, something has changed. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, but I feel it. He used to look at me like I was the only person in the world, but now there's something missing. I tried to push the thoughts away, to tell myself that I'm being paranoid, that I need to trust him. My friends agree, telling me not to worry, that I'm overthinking, but the more I try to ignore it, the stronger the feeling becomes. It's like an itch that I can't scratch, and it's driving me crazy. I start to notice little things, how he doesn't answer his phone when I'm around, how he suddenly has to work late, or his meetings that he never mentioned before. His smile doesn't reach his eyes anymore, and when we're together, it feels like he's somewhere else. I hate feeling this way, hate that I'm doubting him, but I can't help it. The doubt starts to consume me, taking over my thoughts until it's all I can think about. I start checking his social media, looking for clues. But there's nothing there. He's careful, too careful, and that only makes me more suspicious. I tell myself to stop, that I'm being irrational, but the doubt has taken root, and it won't let go. Every time I'm with him, I feel like I'm suffocating under the weight of the unspoken words between us. One day, after another unexplained absence, I find myself standing outside his house, my heart pounding in my chest. I didn't plan to come here, but my feet brought me here anyway, as if they have a mind of their own. I'm not sure what I'm doing, what I hope to find, but I know I can't leave without knowing the truth. The key is where it's always been, under the potted plant by the door. He gave it to me months ago, told me to use it whenever I wanted, but I've never had a reason to until now. My hand shakes as I pick it up, the metal cold against my skin. I stand there for what feels like forever, trying to decide if I should go through with this. Part of me wants to turn around and walk away, to pretend that everything is fine, but I can't. The doubt is too strong, and I know I won't have any peace until I know for sure. So, I take a deep breath and slide the key into the lock. The sound of the door clicking open echoes in my ears, and I almost want to slam it shut and run, but I don't. I step inside, the familiar scent of his cologne wrapping around me like a ghost of the love we once shared. Everything looks normal at first, his jacket on the couch, his shoes by the door, just like always, but there's an undercurrent in the air, a feeling that something is out of place. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it sends a chill down my spine. My heart is racing as I move through the house, my eyes scanning every corner for signs of something or anything that will confirm or deny my fears. I try to convince myself that I'm overreacting, that I'll find nothing, and everything will go back to normal, but then I hear a tar sound that stops me dead in my tracks. It's soft, barely audible, but it's unmistakable, a giggle, a woman's voice, coming from the bedroom. My blood turns to ice as I stand there, frozen in place. For a moment, I convince myself that it's just the TV, that he must have left it on, but deep down, I know the truth. I feel it in my gut, that sinking, sick feeling that tells me everything I've been afraid of is real. My legs feel like lead as I force myself to move, each step heavier than the last. My hand trembles as I reach for the bedroom door, my heart hammering in my chest so loudly I'm sure they can hear it. I want to turn back, to stop this before it's too late, but I can't. I have to know. The door creaks open, the sound slicing through the silence like a knife, and there they are, tangled in the sheets that we once shared. Their bodies too close, too familiar. Time stops, my vision blurs, and for a moment, I think I'm going to pass out. They don't see me at first, too wrapped up in each other to notice the world outside their little bubble, but when they finally do, the look on their faces is almost comical. shock, guilt, and something else. He's something that feels like fear. He's out of bed in an instant, scrambling to explain, to say something, anything, that will make this all go away, but his words are just noise, meaningless sounds that can't penetrate the wall of pain surrounding me. I can't breathe, I can't think, all I can do is stand there, numb, as everything I thought I knew about us crumbles to dust. The girl, she's just as shocked as I am, maybe even more so. She stammers something about not knowing, about how he told her he was single, but I don't care. I don't care about her, about him, about anything. All I feel is a deep, hollow emptiness where my heart used to be. I don't know how I leave the house, how I manage to get outside without collapsing. The world around me feels unreal, like I'm walking through a nightmare that I can't wake up from. The sun is still shining, the birds are still singing, and everything is just as it was before, except for me. I'm shattered, broken into pieces so small I don't know how I'll ever put them back together. The tears don't come right away. I'm too stunned, too numb to cry. It's not until I'm halfway home, walking in a daze, that the first tear falls, and once it does, they don't stop. They pour down my face, hot and salty, each one a testament to the pain that's tearing me apart inside. I stumble into my apartment, the silence closing in around me like a suffocating blanket. I drop onto the couch, burying my face in my hands as the reality of what just happened crashes over me like a wave. The next few days are a blur. I don't eat, don't sleep, don't do anything but sit in that same spot, replaying the scene in my head over and over again. Each time it feels like a knife twisting in my chest, cutting deeper with every repetition. I can't stop thinking about all the lies, all the times he looked me in the eye and told me he loved me, while he was with her. My friends call, worried, but I can't bring myself to answer. How can I explain what's happened when I can barely understand it myself? But slowly, the numbness begins to fade, replaced by something else. Anger. It's a slow burn at first, a flicker of heat in the cold darkness, but it grows. I start to feel it in every fiber of my being, a righteous fury that courses through me and gives me the strength to get out of bed, to move, to fight. I'm angry at him, for lying, for cheating, for breaking my heart. But more than that, I'm angry at myself, for not seeing it sooner, for letting him do this to me. I delete his number, block him on every platform, erase every trace of him from my life. It's painful, like ripping off a bandage that's been stuck too long, but it's necessary. I can't heal if I keep holding on to the past. I have to let go, no matter how much it hurts. And as the days turn into weeks, I start to feel a sense of freedom I haven't felt in a long time. It's like I'm shedding a skin, leaving behind the old, broken pieces of myself and becoming someone new, someone stronger. I still think about him sometimes, about what we had and how it all went wrong. The pain is still but it's different now. It's not as sharp, not as consuming. It's just a dull ache, a reminder of what I've been through and how far I've come. I know it will take time for the wounds to fully heal, but I also know that I will heal, I will move on, and I will be okay. In the end, I realize that what happened wasn't about me, it was about him, his insecurities, his inability to be honest and faithful. It was his failure, not mine. And while it will take time for me to trust again, to open my heart, I know that I will, because I deserve better. I deserve someone who will love me completely, who will be there for me in the way that he never was. And until I find that person, I will love myself. I will take care of myself, and I will continue to grow, to heal, and to become the person I was always meant to be.